Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto, and welcome to yet another update on the alt season or altcoins in general, right? Because do I think we are in an alt season right now? No. And if you've been around in 2020 and 2021, possibly even 2017, then you know that this is not an alt season. But regardless, we've had a lot of bullish momentum on altcoins. I still think, let me get rid of some of these drawings here. I still think on the higher time frames, altcoins are a buy, but that doesn't mean you can just blindly buy into anything, right? And there are some nuances, some risks that you do need to know about, all right? So that's what we'll talk about in this video. While I also keep my eyes on some alerts that are coming in right here. But that's what we'll talk about, all right? So first of all, what I wanted to start off with is a high time frame structure overview for altcoins, which makes me still bullish on them. And that is the following. On the 3-day time frame, as you can see, altcoins, this is a bit of a weird candle. I'm not sure what happened there, but okay. But as you can see, altcoins broke above this very strong structure level and key level in general around 240 and 250 billion dollars, right? So we're looking at others right now. So that's the total crypto market cap, excluding the top 10, right? So that's why we're talking about such high numbers. But we broke above that, right? And all the times that we broke above that historically, we have rallied up higher, right? The first time was right here in March 2024, February 2024, my apologies. And the other time was November 2024. So therefore, are we going to rally as high as then? It's going to be tough, but I do still think that at least on the higher time frames, we can at least get one more touch from that level and rally higher than what we've done so far. I mean, so far we've rallied up to the yearly rolling VWAP. Strong resistance was always a scenario that we were going to find resistance there, which is what we've did so far. But structurally, we are still bullish, right? And then I would also say, which always helps and which is also something you need to keep your eyes on, which I try to keep you updated on in these videos as well. So if you're interested in that, if you want to outsource that, consider subscribing. I try to make these altcoin updates at least once a week. But the fundamentals are still quite good. The S&P 500 pre-market is rallying higher. It's getting closer to all-time highs again. And then if you take a look at the volatility index, it's still dropping down lower, which is great for, that means less instability, which is great for risky assets such as altcoins. Dollar strength index still at a downtrend, which is also great for the stock market. And then gold is also has at least found some sort of a local high, which again, same thing as with the volatility index, is good for altcoins. So I would say the fundamentals at this point of time are still good. Bitcoin is also still bullish on the higher time frame, so that is also definitely good. So that in combination with the structure makes me say, it's very likely altcoins are still going to rally up higher. But now the question is that, all right, well, we found some support here at $260 billion, which was a relatively strong support level back in February. It held up altcoins quite well, and we have a 200 EMA. So that's what we bounced from yesterday. But now the question is well, is this level strong enough to secure some sort of a bounce, maybe a continuation up higher for altcoins, or do we need to drop down into that major support level right here at 250 and 245? And that remains the question, all right? Because at this point of time, we're still bouncing. Bitcoin is pulling back a little bit, but ultimately that's still good as well. We're still bouncing. We dropped down below the weekly rolling VWAP. So at this point of time, I would say it's still better to expect a deeper pullback for altcoins. All right, so that would be a pullback into 250, into the 30-day rolling VWAP, 200 EMA, 90-day rolling VWAP, and then from there, stability, or at least a bounce, and then from there a continuation at least back up to the yearly rolling VWAP and potentially higher. I would expect higher, but I'll still keep you updated on that. So that's what I would say is most likely. For me, the main thing that would invalidate this, all right, so that would happen, and that I would say, all right, well, we're most likely not going to drop down lower, is if we actually see some altcoin strength again, right? So Bitcoin dominance breaking down. Others reclaiming this level here at $270 billion. If we see that, before we see that pullback, I'm going to say, all right, we're not going to get that pullback anymore. But for now, I would say this is the best thing to be aware of and the best thing to be prepared for getting into new altcoin positions. But those are my thoughts. Hopefully it helps, all the information around this and my analysis/prediction. Like I said, if you're interested in more updates like these, consider subscribing. But for now, have a great day, have a great weekend in advance, and take care. Bye.